Hello friends, welcome back. Today I'm going to be putting cabinet liners here in the cupboard. So most of your cupboards, if you have them, should be pretty square. We did some other drawers and they were a little sloped down in the middle, and that adds a little bit of a complication, but not too much. You just trim the edges. So I'm going to measure from here, from the back to here. That's going to give us 10 3/4. And then we're going to measure from here to the side. So it's 25 and a half and a couple, call that. Now you can measure, just back off just a tad, or you can try to get it perfect and then do a little bit of trimming here and there, because these aren't like perfectly square all the time usually. So let's go ahead and, oops, I forgot what it was, 10 3/4 by 25 and a couple lines over a half. All right, so different ones are 25. Okay, so I got a straight edge here, and we're going to use that. So it's 25. And if you're using this, I guess I could use my straight edge almost. Oh, anyways, using my tape measure. Make sure this is lined up here and it's not pulling it up. And then you can go over to the other side. 25. And 2 lines over that. So we're just going to mark that right there. Okay, we're going to do that to the other side as well. 25. And we'll just go from this side. So make sure this isn't pulled up or anything, that it's nice and flat. Hold that down. 25 and 2 lines over is going to be right there. Okay. Take your straight edge and just line up those 2 points. One there and one right there. Okay. Okay, just take your pen and make sure you got a nice good line there so you can see it. All right, we have a couple choices here. So we had this little mat that you can use, like a rotary mat. It's usually used for quilting, and this razor here. If you don't have that, you can just use some scissors. So I think I'm going to go with the scissors right now, and we're just going to cut it because I haven't been using the scissors. I think I'll go from the other side. That way my light source is behind me, so I can kind of see. That's a little easier. So they're just cutting right down that line and keep it on there straight. So the rotary pad is definitely works nice, so it's pretty fast, but just be kind of careful. I've already done a few cabinets. I haven't used the scissors yet, but looks like it's going to do nicely. It's just going to be just a little bit slower. And I'm just trying to make sure that we get it nice and straight. So I really like this material. It's strong, and it's like a pretty heavy duty plastic. So it kind of adds like a slip resistant feature to it. So you have put stuff in your cabinets. Also, if you do spill something, it is not going to go through this. So if you have a spice cabinet, you're spilling spices or something in there or something else, you can just take this out and wipe it down, or just leave it in there and wipe it down. Whatever you spill, it'll go to the edges if you spill a lot. If you just spill it on there, you're just going to be able to wipe it right off. And then if it gets something sticky on there or whatever, you can just pull it out and use soap and water and clean it off. So pretty happy with that. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, so now we have this one. And what's nice about this it's thicker, so it's like 23 inches thick, the width of it, and it's like 280 inches long. I'll link this in the description below if you guys want to check it out on Amazon there. So the other one was, our other measurement for the cabinet was 10 3/4. So same thing. We're just going to get this lined up right there. Make sure that it's not bent or anything. And we're going to go 10 3/4 is going to be right there. Okay. And the same thing on this side. Make sure that's good. And come right over here to 10 3/4. Okay. And since it's double, we can use both sides and just have a little bit of waste left over. I prefer to have one solid piece, 10 3/4. The other cabinet liners we had in before, they were only, I think, like 13 inches wide. So when we did our cabinets, the big drawers, they were in two pieces, and you could like kind of tape them together. Yeah, it wasn't great. So I really like this is a bigger piece, and it's nice and solid. So if you do spill something, it's not going to go through, and it's not going to separate when you're putting in your pots and pans or whatever. So we have those two lines now, our 4 reference points. Take our straight edge. And we can line these up here. There's one right there. Get that lined up over here as well. Okay, and there we go. Make sure we're good. And just run our line here. So if your cabinets, all of them so far have just needed a little bit of trimming, just to make sure that's good. Get a nice dark line there. So if you do using it with your scissors, it's going to be easy to cut through. So here we go. I want to make sure you can see it. And I'm just using just a regular pan. There's nothing special about this one. It's not like some super duper pan or anything. Okay. So that's going to give us our 2 lines. This is only the amount of waste we have right here. And when you want to put your measurements down, just do it on the back of the thing. So we're using this as the top part, and this is going to be on the cabinet, on top of the cabinet. So when you make your marks, put your marks on the bottom of it. That way, if you do miss a little bit when you're cutting, you're not going to notice anything up here. So, all right, so we'll cut these. And some people are really good with scissors. They can just go right down the line like that. I'm a little slow. I'm just trying to make sure this is really right on the line there. So I kind of like the scissors actually. Oops, spin it down a little bit. Hey, it's like attacking me here. What's going on? There we go. Oopsie boodle. Dun, 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 dun. Probably if you do this a lot, you'll get really good at it. I'm just kind of holding the back part and kind of keeping it taut as I cut along that way. I don't know if there's any specific like tricks to this or not. I'm getting some confidence here, going a little faster. I can almost just pull it going, but if you kind of got a little bit off there, got a little crazy. Not going to be horribly obvious, but okay, there's one. So there's one. And we can get this other one now. Here we go. We are off and running. So this will be towards the, wherever the part that you cut, you can put it towards the back of the cabinet. Whoa, stop rolling up on me. That way, if it is a little bit jagged, then the part that's comes cut from the factory should be super straight there. So I'm already impressed with this stuff. It seems like it's gonna be super durable. And the previous one we had in there was kind of like more of a spongy type one. I mean, I think you could just kind of tear it with your fingernail if you weren't careful. So this is like pretty hardy, like a plastic. So I think it's going to last pretty well. So there we go. All right, we got our two pieces here. And now we just got to check and see if they're going to fit over in our cabinets. So let's bring it on over. All right, so the part I cut is going to be towards the back. Okay, I like to get one side flat if I can, and just kind of smooth the other side towards it. So we can see, for whatever reason here, so just a little bit, it's nice in the front. In the back, we just need to take a little bit off the corner there. And yeah, so maybe just a little bit here I'm going to take off, and then maybe a little bit there. So it seems like he's a little bit, maybe not square. So we're going to take off a little here and a little over on this side. So let's go back to the drawing board here. And we're just going to take this part off. Okay, that one had a little bit there. And then this part we're just going to cut just a hair. Off. So if you do have to make little adjustments like that, just cut a little bit at a time. And then if it turns out that's generally all you need is like tiny little minor adjustments, and you're good to go. So that looks pretty good there. Let me see here. This should flatten out over time. So once it sits there for a while, look pretty good. Yeah, so if you do need any other adjustments, like I said, this one should, once we put our glasses on there and stuff, hold up pretty good. But you can see that looks really nice, I think, and nice clean lines there. And as if you put a glass or something on it, it's like kind of a little bit slip resistant too. So pretty happy with this for sure. So all right, well guys, that's it, and we'll just put in our other liners. Like I said, if it's not fitting like perfect, just kind of hold it one side, get the edges lined up, and then kind of slide your hand over and then see if any parts need to be trimmed off or anything like that. So, well, I appreciate you guys watching this video. Like I said, I'm going to link this in the description below. You guys can check it out on Amazon. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.